Ne Zha 2 has grossed over $13 billion since its release, and is expected to gross $17 billion, surpassing Wolf Warrior 2 and Lake Changjin to become the box office champion in Chinese movie history. It's a miracle of Chinese animation. Word of mouth is explosive, unanimous praise. The team has been working on this movie for 6 years, and it has lived up to its reputation. Ne Zha 2 is now in theaters, so if you haven't seen it yet, go to the theater and show your support. This video is for those of you who haven't seen Ne Zha 1, so let's get down to business. Ne Zha 1 is subtitled The Descent of Ne Zha, and as the name suggests, it focuses on the origin story of Ne Zha. The story goes that the spirit of heaven and earth gave birth to a pearl of mixed elements which absorbed the essence of the sun and the moon, and as time went by, it became entangled in the immortal and demonic energies, making it impossible to distinguish between good and evil. Jade Palace in the Kunlun Mountains. Shovel teach the head of the original Heavenly Father. Sent his disciples Tai Zhenjin and Saint Gongbo to go to subdue. The results of the two immortals were severely beaten. The primordial Heavenly Father himself took action and trapped the mixed bead in the alchemy furnace and refined the spirit bead and the devil pill, placing them in the 7-colored precious lotus. The spirit pearl represents goodness, and the devil pill represents evil. The devil pill's Yuan Shen is indestructible. In order to prevent the devil pill from plaguing the earth, the Heavenly Father sealed the devil pill and set up a heavenly calamity spell, which will bring down heavenly thunder to destroy the devil pill after 3 years. The Heavenly Father arranged for Tai Zhen to inject it into Mrs. Li Jing's body, so that the spirit pearl would be reincarnated as Li Jing's third son and named him Ne Zha upon completion of the mission. Tai Zhen would be promoted to the 12 golden immortals of the Jade Palace. So who is Li Jing? He was the general of Chentong Pass, a man of integrity and loved by the people. His wife, Mrs. Yin, has been pregnant for 3 years and has never given birth, presumably waiting for the spirit pearl. Tai Zhen came to Li Jing's home and prepared to cast spells. But an accident happened. Shamkung newspaper was dissatisfied with the arrangement of primordial Heavenly Father. And he also wanted to be the 12 golden immortals, so he specially came to make trouble, and used puppet talismans to control the housekeeper and the concubine's wife. And by manipulating these two puppets, he took away the spirit pearl and injected the energy of the magic pill into Mrs. Yin's body. Thus Li Jing's third son, who was supposed to be possessed by the spirit pearl, now became the reincarnation of the demon pill. Ne Zha showed amazing demonic qualities at birth, with a black demonic aura surrounding his body and a murderous look in his eyes. He came up to fight with a set of Suihark's version of the 18 palms of the descending dragon, demolishing more than 20 houses. Realizing that Ne Zha had been possessed by the demon pill and would most likely become a scourge on Earth, Tai Zhen offered the Qiankun circle to bind Ne Zha and intended to kill him with a whip. This is a demon reincarnated by the demon pill. I used the Qiankun circle to suppress his demonic nature.
李某人就是豁出性命，也会还大家公道。
If he were to sink completely, you would go on a killing spree, and the living would be devastated. Lady Yin was eager to protect her son and blocked Tai Zhen. Li Jing wasn't about to give up either. He believed he could dissolve Ne Zha's demonic nature with love and teaching. The people of Chentong Pass swarmed forward and demanded that Li Jing finish off. Ne Zha Li Jing implores the people, and the real people, to give Ne Zha a chance, and he promises not to let Ne Zha leave his house.
这个正是无解的。
If he gets into trouble, I, Li, will risk my life to do everyone justice. Tai Zhen gave a truthful account, saying that Ne Zha had been put under the heavenly commandment curse, and that even if he could survive today, a heavenly thunderbolt would come to collect him in 3 years' time. Li Jing refuses to accept his fate and insists on raising Ne Zha. He insisted on raising Ne Zha since Tai Zhenjin couldn't handle it. He would go straight to heaven to find the primordial Heavenly Father. In this way, the two arrive at the Jade Palace in the Kunlun Mountains, where the gatekeeper, Chang Shengyun, informs the primordial Heavenly Father that he is in seclusion.
你这个妖怪，去死吧！
刚才叫我什么？
你是个妖怪！
And the point is that it is useless to look for the Heavenly Father, as no one can solve the heavenly commandment curse. Li Jing returns, disappointed. hoping to help Ne Zha change his fate with 3 years of hard work. And to prevent Ne Zha from sneaking away, Taiyi Zenzan arranges for 2 small monsters to set up a boundary around the general soldier's mansion. The Qiankun Circle can suppress 50% of the power of the magic pill and keep Ne Zha sane. It's good that Mr. and Mrs. Li Jing are at home, but as long as they're not, Ne Zha will try to sneak away and then utilize the power of 50% of the magic pill to make Chentong Pass a place of chaos and unrest. But Ne Zha's daily mischief was kept within the limits of what Li Jing could afford to pay, unless someone called him a demon. It was good that Taiyi Jinjian appeared in time, otherwise this kick would have been more than just a matter of losing money. Don't be outrageous. In a fit of rage, Li Jing narrowed the boundary to Ne Zha's room, but it wasn't an option to keep him locked up like this all the time. Taiyi Zanzan decides to take him on as a disciple and teach him to cultivate his body to dissolve the power of the magic pill. The way to do this is to lure Ne Zha into the Jiangxin shooting map, an otherworldly space where he doesn't have to worry about Ne Zha disrupting the Chentongguan, so he just attends his classes without fear. Lesson 1. The blindfold technique which Ne Zha learns in minutes. Lesson 2. The art of transformation. Ne Zha is able to transform into Lady Yin in no time at all, giving Taiyi Zenzan a lesson. Lesson 3. Fire control. Ne Zha pulls out a fire gun from the trousers of Taiyi Zenzan, and then, come on. Luckily, Mr. and Mrs. Li Jing arrive just in time to help the Master Taiyi put out the fire. Ne Zha is asked to become a teacher so that in the future he can kill the demons and help the people. Ne Zha flips out when he hears this, as he has been labeled a demon by the people of Chentongguan since he was a child. Ne Zha has expressed his goodwill many times, but all he has gotten in return is ill will. So even if Ne Zha agrees to be a teacher, he won't agree to help the people. Li Jing lied, saying that Ne Zha was the reincarnation of a spiritual master and that the people were afraid of you, not hated you, and that this was a heavenly opportunity that could not be divulged. So Ne Zha believed it, changed his rebellious attitude, and began to practice. After 2 years of practice, his kung fu improved a lot, but his strength was still too heavy. When Li Jing tells Mrs. Taiyi to confiscate the spear and the spirit, Ne Zha is furious and flees from the Jiangxin shooting gallery. Ne Zha's kick sends him flying over 800 meters, and he is chased by the Sea Knight Fury, who destroys more than 30 houses along the way. Li Jing accompanies Ne Zha as he hides in a water tank. Ne Zha uses his fire control skills to destroy over 100 more houses. Li Jing accompanies the Sea Knight Jar as he continues to flee to the sea, taking the little girl hostage halfway. The girl is being held hostage halfway to the sea. You can't escape. But a young man in white appears and saves the girl by freezing the sea with his magic. Ne Zha thinks that Xiaobai has stolen the spotlight and snatches the little girl back, dumping her on the Sea Knight Jar and manhandling Xiaobai. The two fight, but Xiaobai's strength is so strong that he is no match for Ne Zha. The Sea Knight Jar, who is watching the fight, spits out a large blister and surrounds the two of them. When Ne Zha touches it, his entire arm is petrified, which is a superpower of the Sea Knight Jar. The Sea Knight Jar opens its mouth and swallows the little girl alive. But Xiaobai dodges the blisters with his superpower, and then punches the Sea Knight Jar in the belly to save the little girl again. In the end, the little girl is covered with the saliva of the Sea Knight Jar and becomes a stone man along with Xiaobai. Ne Zha uses the two stone figures as tools to take a turn at the sea monster, who is afraid of death and begs for forgiveness. Ne Zha uses the two stone men as tools to take his turn. The Sea Knight Jar begs for mercy and gives up the antidote, which is very good, but a bit disgusting. Ne Zha saves Xiaobai and the little girl, but they don't hurt the sea monster. Ne Zha wants to fight again, but Xiaobai thanks him for saving his life, and the little girl thanks Ne Zha as well. Now who is Xiaobai? Ao Bing, the son of Ao Guang, the Dragon King of the East China Sea. As mentioned earlier, he came to the East China Sea Dragon Palace to talk to Ao Guang after the panther seized the spirit pearl. It turns out that the dragons once helped the heavenly court to suppress the sea beasts, and were thus awarded the title of Dragon King, which is both an honor and a shackle. In order to prevent the beasts from being reborn, the dragons can only stand guard here day and night for years. In the end, the dragons are also beasts. And the heavenly court only uses the dragons and does not believe in them. In order to turn the dragons around, Ao Guang made a deal with Sengong Bo. Ao Guang gave his son, Ao Bing, to Sengong Bo and made him his teacher. Sengong Bo is responsible for training Ao Bing to become a genius, helping him to get out of this underwater purgatory, and helping him to become a god in heaven. The specific way is to snatch the spirit beads and inject them into Ao Bing's body. After 3 years, when the heavenly festival spell comes, the magic pill will go on a killing spree. By then, Ao Bing will save Chen Tangguan and become the hero of the spirit pearl, so he will naturally become a god. What Shimon Pao wants is to prove to the primordial heavenly father that Tai Zan Zan is not doing his job well, and to prove that he is better than Tai Zan, so that he is more qualified to be promoted to the 12 Golden Immortals. During the 3 years of waiting for the heavenly festival mantra, Ao Bing must keep a low profile. However, he meets the other half of his life and becomes a good friend.
这万龙甲坚不可摧，就靠你了。
When the people of Chentong Pass rushed at him, Ao Bing retreated. Not knowing the truth, the people think Ne Zha has kidnapped the little girl. The little girl is too young and cannot explain. The little girl's brother curses Ne Zha as a demon, and the little girl's mother goes behind her back.
这可是我最爱的宝贝，在你那儿，它就变成风火轮了。
The situation was chaotic again. The village headman complains when Tai Zhang and Li Jing arrive in time. The village headman complains. Tai Zhan Zhenzi offers up his soul spirit and binds Ne Zha. Li Jing realizes that Ne Zha has been wrongly accused when he discovers the saliva of the Sea Night Stalker on his hands. Time flies, and there are 10 days to go before Ne Zha's 3rd birthday, the day of the heavenly calamity spell. Mrs. Yin persuades Ne Zha that the people of Chentong Pass will come to celebrate his birthday. Li Jing lied again, saying that the misunderstanding had been cleared up and that the people of the Chentong Pass would all come to thank you for driving away the Sea Night Fort. Ne Zha believes that he is very happy, and he goes to the beach to blow the conch, which is a gift from Ao Bing. Whenever the conch is blown, Ao Bing will show up. Now, Ao Bing knows that Ne Zha is a magic pill, but he doesn't poke holes in the truth. Ne Zha summons Ao Bing as an invitation to come to a birthday party. And of course, Ao Bing attends because it is also a good day for him to make a name for himself, as designed by the Shimon Pao. Ne Zha recites, under his breath, a set of oral recitations to unlock the Qiankun Circle. This is bad. As the Deep Palace news continues, Ne Zha loses his mind as the Demon King takes control of him and heads straight for the village headman. Li Jing steps in to stop him, but is no match. The man from Tai joins in, and the two barely manage to control Ne Zha. Mrs. Yin tells the villagers to retreat in a hurry. Shimon Pao takes the opportunity to get the Qiankun Circle and gives Ao Bing a mission, saying to sit back and wait for Ne Zha to finish off the man of Tai and his parents before he strikes. No need to fight for his life. Just make a show of saving Chen Nangwen and leave the rest of it to Tianji Zhou. AOB returns the Qiankun Circle to Tai Zanzan while freezing Ne Zha's rocket gun. Tai Zanzan takes this opportunity to offer the Qiankun Circle to temporarily control Ne Zha. Regains his senses and flies away from the battlefield. Ao Bing also retreats, but Li Jing recognizes his identity as a dragon. Tai Jing guesses that the dragons have stolen the spirit pearls and he wants to go to the heavenly court to denounce them. Ao Bing stops. He doesn't want to involve the clan and wants to set things right on his own. Ne Zha is venting his anger towards the big tree when the wind and fire wheel comes flying back to the flying beads, releasing a clip of Li Jing when he went up to heaven to find his heavenly father. The original gatekeeper, Chang Shengyun, said that no one could solve the heavenly calamity spell. but there were ways to divert it, such as preparing to life-changing talismans. 1. One to be placed on Ne Zha on the day of the heavenly calamity spell. And 2. One to be placed on the body of Ne Zha's relatives. In this way, the curse would not punish Ne Zha, but his relatives, which is equivalent to exchanging one life for another. Without hesitation, Li Jing was willing to die for Ne Zha and resolved to spend 3 years introducing Ne Zha to righteousness. Who is Ne Zha to you? He is my son. So the talisman of peace given to Ne Zha just now is actually a talisman of life-changing. And the other talisman of life-changing is, of course, on Li Jing. Ne Zha finally understands his father's good intentions and realizes that he has misjudged his parents and master. Now Ne Zha returns home just in time for Mr. and Mrs. Li Jing to be mobilized by Ao Bing, and Ne Zha sets fire to free his parents. Tai Yi Zanzan informs Ne Zha of the ins and outs of the plot to take Ne Zha to the palace, and that Ne Zha is now needed at the Chentong Pass. Ne Zha has no choice but to go to war with his good friend Aobi, since Ne Zha's power is limited by the Qian Kun circle to 50%. He is unable to defeat Aobi, who is at full strength. Ne Zha uses his brain to attack Aobi with a transformation technique. Aobi is attacked, but his dragon armor is indestructible, and his rocket gun does not hurt him. Tai Yi Zanzan activates a shooting map, and Ne Zha and Aobi are hit by Aobi Ne Zha, Aobi, Shamgong Zan, and Tai Yi Zanzan enter the map together, and the 4 of them fight for 300 rounds before returning to the Chentang Pass. Ne Zha is held at bay by Shaimeng Gao, while Aobi rushes towards Li Jing and his wife. At the critical moment, Ne Zha takes the fatal blow for his parents, and Ne Zha falls to the ground, while Aobi transforms into a flying dragon and pushes the ice to prepare for the burial of Chentong Pass. Ne Zha moves the Qian Kun ring from his neck to his wrist, increasing his strength by 30% while maintaining his sanity, and then flies under the ice to attack Ao Ping. Ao Ping uses the 1,000 golden cone to persuade Ne Zha to give up. Asterisk, don't struggle.
别挣扎了，你生来就是魔丸，这是命中注定。
去你个鸟命！我命由我不由天，是魔是仙，我自己说了才算。
Ne Zha transforms for the second time, and Ne Zha's 3 heads and 6 arms melt the ice and subdue Ao Bang.
为何不是？
你是我唯一的朋友。
When the crisis at Chentang Pass is over, Ne Zha binds his parents and pulls out an illusory talisman. He doesn't want his father to die for him. He wants to take his own life.
爹，娘，谢谢你们。
When the thunderbolt spell breaks out, Ne Zha prepares to die. Ao Bang comes to his aid and uses his dragon armor to block the thunderbolt, but he is reduced to ashes in minutes. Ne Zha and Ao Bang team up to face it, not realizing that this action activates the energy of the mixed elements, Pearl, which can absorb the aura of heaven and earth, including the heavenly thunder. The lightning rushes the 2 to the full hall, and the 2 brothers fight and discharge together to fight the heavenly calamity spell. However, the heavenly calamity spell is invincible, and Ne Zha and Ao Bang are still unable to escape death. However, the good thing is that Tai Yi, this person, in the critical moment to sacrifice the 7-colored lotus, protect the 2 brothers of the spirit.
可怜我才是三花聚顶都被天雷削掉了，损了我几百年的道行啊！
After this fiasco, the attitude of the people of Chentong Pass towards Ne Zha reversed. For 3 years, Ne Zha has been a demon, but now he is the hero of the Chentong Pass.
如果你问我，人能否改变自己的命运？我也不晓得，但我晓得，不认命，就是哪吒的命。
At the end of the movie, Ne Zha gives a message to Aogrong, the Dragon King of the East China Sea, and learns that Ao Bang has been killed in battle, and that Aogrong has mobilized the dragons and is ready to come back to the world to make Chentongwen pay for its debts in blood. So is it the work of the Dragon Clan? How will Ne Zha and Ao Bang remake their flesh? What's the plan for the villain, the True Gazette, and so on? See you in Ne Zha to theater.